Good morning, YouTubers. This is James from the Green Man Alchemist here on YouTube. Make sure before we begin that you subscribe and hit the bell notification button to get alerts of when new content is available. So today I figured we'd be doing something a little fun, very easy, something that you can get, if you don't have your own lemon tree, you can purchase it, go to your local store. We have Epsom salt. You can use sea salt or whatever you have. And then I have some rosemary from my garden. Anyways, if you can't figure out what we're going to be making today, we're going to be making a bath Epsom salt. Kind of like, what are those things called? A bath bomb, but this is not going to include any starch or anything like that, so it's not going to fizz or anything like that. But when we're done mixing everything, we're going to put it in one of these little bags, because when you take a bath, you don't want any of these particles of plant material getting stuck in your drain. So you want to make sure that you use a little muslin drawstring, or even just a regular old t-shirt, to make sure that it's wrapped up pretty well, but that it's able to release the essential oils from the plant material and letting the Epsom salt dissolve into your tub. So one thing you'll need is one of these little things. I don't know what it's called, but I just call it like a fruit peeler, because what it's going to do is, I'll show you, it's going to help you peel your skins. You can try to do it with your nails if you have any, but if you don't, you'll want to use one of these. So use this end, looks kind of like a toothbrush without the bristles, and you're going to use this part right here against your fruit or whatever, and you're going to go down gently and go deep enough until you get to the other end. And then you can use this flat end, the opposite end, to kind of help you, if you don't have nails like I don't, help you peel or dislodge the skin. Should be easy enough that you should be able to peel it. Sometimes it comes out in full section, sometimes it doesn't, depending on your fruit or whatever you're using. So I usually use this little tool, this little tool when I'm using it on citrus like lemons, limes, or oranges, to get through to it. So basically you don't even need the entire lemon. This is probably as much as you need, or you can even go for a small lemon and use the entire thing, the entire skin or rinds. So what we'll be doing is cutting these into a fine strips, mixing it with the Epsom salt, and then with the rosemaries that I picked, or rosemary petals. You don't have to cut them, they're already perfect size. And one side note, just to let you know, whenever you're picking rosemary, there's a easy way to get the petals off. Just imagine this is the rosemary stem, this is the tip, and the petals are growing this way. What you want to do is not pull it from this way, but you want to pull it from the opposite end, where the petals are sticking towards. You want to pull them down, and you'll get these out a lot faster rather than picking each one hand by hand. So I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to cut these into smaller strips, and then I'll be right back. So we're back. I've cut these into smaller strips. You can either keep them elongated or into smaller strips like I did here. I'm putting them or cutting them into smaller bits only because I want them to fit in here. Otherwise, if you had a larger muslin bag, you can keep them as long as you want. So what we're going to do next is we're going to use a container I've used for another project. We're going to mix our ingredients together. And I'm not going to use all of this rosemary because rosemary is pretty potent, so I've used probably about half of that. And then I'm going to be using, you can use more or less, but this is a measurement of 1/3 cup of Epsom salt. And I'm going to give it a good shake. You can do this in a bowl, but I just find it easier in a container. And before using this mixture in your muslin or packing it, you may want to let it sit overnight, so that way the Epsom salt can absorb the essential oils of the plant material, since they're both fresh. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So that's what it looks like when you just shake it, and then within overnight, not even 24 hours, you can then package it into this. And the reason why I say to keep it in a closed jar, unless you're going to use it right away, then it doesn't matter. But if you want it to be more potent, I would put it in a jar, seal it with the lid, and then just let it absorb into the Epsom salt. And then that will draw out some of the moisture into the Epsom salt. Package it into a muslin, and then take a bath. So this is good for various things. The Epsom salt is going to relax your bones. And then the lemon is just going to revitalize, your senses. It's good for clearing the mind. Same thing with rosemary. It has different magical and medicinal properties. You can both look up the lemon and rosemary online to see what the benefits are. But this is really a good scent or blend to make. You can also use this with sea salt. Just know that when you use sea salt or any type of salt in a bath, it is going to dry out your skin, whereas the Epsom salt will not. And you really don't want to be using salt in your bath, because salt will rust your pipes. So if you do that, you can use salt, just do it in moderation, otherwise you're going to have rusted plumbing. So, but if you want to make this exact same recipe for cooking, you can, but you don't want to use Epsom salt. You want to use regular sea salt. And probably cut these down a little bit more. Probably just grate the rinds of whatever fruit you're using, and cutting these rosemary a little bit finer, and then you can use that as a rub for your meat, such as your fish, chicken, whatever you're making, or even your vegan dishes. But this would be kind of like a dry rub that you can put on your food as a preparation for seasoning. But again, for this particular exercise or demonstration, we're using this for a bath. Epsom salt that you're going to put in a muslin, put it in your bath with you, let it soak in as hot water as you can bear. Let it sit there before you enter your bath, and you can use this to cleanse yourself spiritually, and then give yourself peace of mind just with the essential oils and with the Epsom salt. So that's it, guys. Pretty easy. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell button so you can get alerts of when new material is updated or released. I do want to thank you for watching my channel. Have a blessed day. See you next time.